Okay. Hello, my air pages. Welcome to Pages of Ascension. You can call me Shay. This is your timeless, signless, and genderless weekly reading, focused on the energies that are coming through for February 24th through March 2nd. Don't get caught up on the date. Gotta have something to kind of focus on, and we all need to focus a little bit more on right now instead of the future or the past. Especially you. So this is like the third time I've tried to start this reading because I couldn't speak. So I do a 5-minute meditation before every element just to kind of pick up on the energies. And before even getting in more than 2 minutes into your reading, or the meditation for you, see what I'm talking about? It's the meditation for you. Like there's literal, it felt like there's a frog in my throat. So I think some of you guys are having issues speaking or getting started on something. You go to do it and then it's like you psych yourself out or something. It's very interesting. And this also kept popping up during the pre-shuffle, so we'll see how this goes. Anyways, if the messages are meant for you, something will resonate. If not, it does say for entertainment purposes, so I hope you were entertained. Either way, square peg, round hole, take it. If it means something, leave it if it doesn't. All right. Let's. Ooh, it's also kept popping up. So, during the pre-shuffle and meditation, I got the song, Don't You Want Somebody to Love? Or at least that's what was coming up, Don't you want somebody to love? Yeah, that song. And like I said, frog in the throat. Oh my word. Seriously. Oh, the star. That like flew out. We're gonna keep it. And then there's a disappointment with someone who embodies the mother energy for you. So I don't know if that's your mother, the mother of your kid. It could mean anything. A friend who's very motherly to you, someone that you would like to make a mother, take it how it resonates if it fits. Ooh. 8 of Pentacles. All right. And then power games. You're not moving on something. So, we'll see. We'll see if more of this comes up. Oh, and there it is again. So this is the third time that the tower has popped out, trying to focus on your energy. So okay, I'm not sure which came first. And I'm not talking about the cards popping out. I'm talking about the energy specifically. I don't know if it was you withdrawing into yourself that caused this tower moment, or the tower moment happened first and that caused you to withdraw into yourself. But right now, you're in an introspective energy, air page. And it's because something hasn't worked out the way you thought it would. Let's keep going. We got one more section to pull out. So I kind of do 4 columns, and what pops out is what pops out. I always go through a full shuffle of the deck because sometimes a lot more will come out. Okay. So you got 9 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You're in battle mode, boo. Okay. We have the Princess of Wands and this last, the Princess of Dis, the Lovers, and the Knight of Dis. Okay. So, let's focus in for a second. Yeah, there's something you need to say. Like, legit, quit messing around. Because, I mean, it is thick right now. Um, so, I'm kind of getting a couple different things. I'm just going to say them as they come out. So, this may come out like discombobulated, not make any sense. Ooh, get out of your head. Um, you have your eye on a job or a form of income. You kind of think it's going to be the saving grace. I'm not going to say don't put stock in it, um, but that you should maybe reconsider the initial approach. Inaction. Inaction. It's interesting. I keep looking at the Hermit card and I want to keep saying Hanged Man. So I think that those energies might have something to do with each other for you. It could also be that some deep reflection and introspection is going to give you the tower moment that you need, because it looks like there's a choice either between two sides of your own energy. It could possibly be two people. Um, because we have the Lovers card, we've got the Princess of Wands, the Princess of Dis, which is Pentacles, money, um, and the Lovers, and then the Knight of Dis. You have a decision to make. There is someone that you have your eye on. It's someone more specific that you have your eye on. Um, so this is choosing between fire and earth. And these people, even though they have a lot of similarities, they're still polar opposites. So yeah, and you're kind of dragging your ass on making a decision. This Hermit and Knight of Pentacles. And that might be what causes this tower moment. We're going to dig in some more with some clarifiers to find out. But yeah, it's like this is what's keeping you from winning the war. I don't know if that makes sense to somebody who's watching this, but cuz you're in this battle for the star. That's interesting. Okay. Let's get some clarifiers. It's almost like you're so deep in thought about this decision that you're trying to make that it triggers some kind of awakening. Hmm. Part of me thinks you don't really want to decide. You don't want to. Because I'm looking at the Knight of Pentacles on this, and it's like the horse isn't even looking ahead. Like there's no movement. They are dead stop. And he's looking towards the distance. And the horse isn't even it's not even looking ahead. It's technically it's looking behind. Maybe that's what's stalling you, is because you're stuck in the past. I'm not necessarily getting that from what's on the table right now, but the energy coming off of this card, because it's in this column and you know how it's all marinating together. Yeah, you're not even looking ahead. Okay, let's find out who the star is. Who's the star? That's way too many. That's super ironic. Okay, so the Sun card. That's super ironic. The Sun and the Star. Oh, this reminds me of I don't know who I was watching, or I stumbled on when I saw this. I think it might have been Saltwater Heels Tarot. Oh, but she's talking about the Sun and the Star because they're both stars. Technically, the Sun is a star. So this could almost be considered counterparts. So this is someone that you view as your counterpart. I really liked her interpretation of that. It resonated. So shout out to her. This is a fire page. So it's interesting. You're trying to choose between a fire page and an earth page, but you feel like the fire page or the fire-based person is actually your counterpart, that's who you're supposed to be with. This is Why are you so deep in thought about this then? I mean, if this is your person, then what's the dealio? Okay, earth page. Something, I wonder if it's someone that you're talking to. Oh, yeah. Okay. It's so funny how that happens. Okay, so the reason you're questioning, it sounds like, and this might specifically be for like one person, but the reason why you're questioning whether this fire page is someone you're actually supposed to be with is because of what you've been talking. It's something that the earth page is saying that's making you think. Okay, I know I said I was only going to do 2 clarifiers, but I kind of want to dig in on this. It's conversations, like the talking with this person, the conversations with this person. It's causing you to go into a deep reflection about whether this fire person that you deem as your star is actually your star. Like, and it's causing you to be hung up on thinking that there's a choice between, you know, these 2 princesses, if you will, or the fire and the earth page. This is very interesting. So what's super ironic about this reading is that I totally said I was not going to do love readings because I don't want to do love readings, and this is a love reading. Not only is this a love reading, this is a twin flame reading. Like, I'm so irritated with that. Like, let's be straight up. That is not where I was aiming with this. Holy crap. But you got to go with what comes up. So I'm going with what comes up. Um oh, that's super ironic though. Yeah, this has something to do with communication. Like, and it's communication that's making you think. So it's like something that this earth person, the earth page, is saying to you, and it's definitely like it's someone who's a very good communicator, a very good communicator, or a clear communicator. Let me put it that way. And it's something that they are saying that is making you, it's making you go within yourself. It's helping to trigger this tower moment that apparently is needed because you're, it could have to do with your career. I do kind of get a career element in this. So it's something that they're saying that's triggering you to think about yourself in retrospect to choosing this person or getting the attention of this person. And it has to do with your income. Okay, let's clarify that. Because, yeah, you're on the defense. So they're putting you on the defense about your chosen profession. I'll put it like that. With that, whatever that is. Potentially that you need to walk away from it. So we've got the Eight of Cups. So I don't read reversals unless I'm looking at the bottom of the deck. I'll put it that way. Or when it feels right, because it doesn't always feel right. Um, yeah, whatever they're saying is causing you to really like take a deep look at yourself and a deep look at like how you've gone about gathering or maintaining your security. And it's making you question, number one, whether or not this person that you deem as your star is your actual star. And I kind of say this because it seems like this person is very, not necessarily well known, but they're very well put together, very abundant. We've got the sun and the star. Like, they're very good at what they do, whoever this is. Okay, let's clarify this last column here because I'm curious. Like, maybe this person is telling you to choose them and not the fire page, the fire person. Maybe I should just say fire person. That might make this a little easier. Keep up with. Yeah, this is about who to make the offer to. Because you're trying to be grounded in your decision. I want to get one more on this one. Because they both feel fated. Reinforced by the Knight of Pentacles. Like, that's why you're taking so long, because they both feel fated, but fire feels more fated than the other, but you're stuck. So yeah, it's very interesting how this is coming out. Let's see what other information that we can get. Pull out the map deck, as I like to call it. So this particular deck does contain reversals. In this reading, it's the only one that does. Not all reversals are bad, though, so don't trip out. Ooh. Okay. Let's get one more. There we go. Solitude. So we have Deep Freeze and Reverse and Solitude. Okay, so my notes on this card, I say you need to stop pushing and obsessing because divine timing is in the works. And that is absolutely backed up by the Wheel of Fortune. Like, yes, this decision is in your hands, but you coming to the decision is how long it takes you to come to this decision is not in your hands. You need to consciously retreat from the situation of trying to make the decision and just let it come to you. Stop pushing it. Like, going about it over and over and over and over again is not going to help you decide any sooner. It's just, this is something that's going to take you time to figure out what's the best method. I feel like all the information isn't out as well. Like, there's more that you need to find out. But yeah, when you get stuck on something, or at least let me put it this way, when I get stuck on something, I leave it alone. And the answer almost always comes to me as soon as I stop like hyper focusing on it. So that is my suggestion for you. Okay, so let's get a Mystical Moments card and a Soul Oracle card, as I like to call them. So like I said, neither of these next two have reversals. We will keep that, actually. Okay. I love these cards, but they're like super awkward because I have tiny hands. You know, short people problems and all that stuff. Oh, totally shaking the camera. My bad. Okay. Now that I know that I do that when I'm doing that, I won't do that. Retreat into nature solitude. Okay. So that's just kind of backing up the map deck, as I like to call it. And I'll list the names of these cards in the description box. So check that out. But yeah, this is all being backed up saying the same thing, which is that you need to just chill for a minute, yo. The decision will come to you. What you're supposed to do and the way you're supposed to go about this, whatever this is, will come to you. So for these oracle decks, I'm actually going to read out of the book, because I don't. Their words are better than, yeah, just their words for now. I don't use them enough to actually know them by heart. So, A Mermaid's Love is love, partnership, support, and accord. It says a loving couple is shown on this card. The woman is a mermaid. Her hair and tail seem to float her through the sky. A man with feathers holds her hand. He grounds and protects her. He is her base. She is the gardener of her soul, the caretaker of her home. Her feelings are the flowers of her garden. By taking care of herself, she keeps growing stronger. But sometimes uninvited guests invade the garden, intruders like jealousy or shame. If we recognize these as neither good nor bad, but something to be investigated and accepted, we can treat ourselves with compassion and keep blooming. So this actually, I'm going to take this as a self-care card. Like, care of yourself is going to help this union, whoever you end up choosing to go with. It could be part of your decision is trying to determine, is based on who takes care of themselves better, almost competitive like, just kind of obnoxious. Just being honest. Oh wow, I totally got confirmation of that. So that's actually really interesting. So that would actually make sense with it being the Knight of Pentacles, because the Knight of Pentacles is going to be someone who's very practical, someone who's very grounded. So they want to go after someone who's very practical and who's very grounded. So that is taking some kind of part in your decision. And maybe there's plus and minuses. Like, one is really good at one thing and the other one is really bad and flip-floppy for other stuff. And that's what's making the decision so hard, is because they both have similar attributes. So interesting. Either way, you need to retreat. So, you need to get into nature, Air Page. Go hike up a mountain. Go sit with some trees or stare and meditate with a plant. You kind of need to ground. This situation has got you just like on trip mode. And it seems like it's starting to bleed into other areas. Like, it's bleeding into your career, if it isn't a result of your career. Okay, well, that's all I've got for you this week. I hope this information helped. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I'm actually kind of curious about this decision and what this this Earth earth person is saying to you that's like messing with your head about this fire person. Like, let me know in the comments what's going on with y'all. Super curious, a little nosy. Hope I can help. All right, until next week, smooches. Be the spark.